Do we need more ethics in science to debate these kind of issues? Do you see that happening?
So I want to distinguish two kinds of risks from AI. One is relatively short-term, and that's to do with bad actors, and that's much more urgent. That's going to be obvious with lethal autonomous weapons, which all the big defense departments are developing, and they have no intention of not doing it. The European regulations on AI say none of these regulations apply to military uses of AI, so they clearly intend to go ahead with all that. And there's many other short-term risks like cybercrime, generating bad pathogens, fake videos, surveillance. All of those short-term risks are very serious, and we need to take them seriously. And it's going to be very hard to get collaboration on those. Then the long-term risk that these things will get more intelligent than us, and they'll be agents, they'll act in the world, and they'll decide that they can achieve their goals better, which we gave them the goals, and they can achieve them better if they just brush us aside and get on with it. That particular risk, the existential threat, is a place where people will cooperate. And that's because we're all in the same boat. Nobody wants these AIs to take over from people. And so the Chinese Communist Party doesn't want AIs to be in control, it wants the Chinese Communist Party to be in control.
You know, for somebody who's described as the godfather of AI, you sound quite a bit down on it in so many ways.
Well, it's potentially very dangerous. It's potentially very good and potentially very dangerous. And I think we should be making a huge effort now into making sure we can get the good aspects of it without the bad possibilities. And it's not going to happen automatically, like he says.
Well, we've got some students in the audience here, and I know that some of them want to pose a question to you, Laurie. It's Prashan Yadava from the KTH AI Society. Your question, please.
I'd like to know in what ways AI can be put to use in bringing truly democratic values and bringing economic equalities to the world.
So, in what way can AI promote democracy and equality in the world? Who's going to answer that? Dennis, go on, have a stab.
I can start on. I mean, I think, as we've discussed actually for most of the conversation, I think powerful technologies in of themselves are kind of like neutral. They could go good or bad, depending on what we as society decide to do with them. And I think AI is just the latest example of that in that case. Maybe it's going to be the most powerful thing and most important that we get right. But it's also, on the optimistic end, I think it's one of the challenges, it's the only challenge I can think of that could be useful to address the other challenges if we get it right. So that's the key. I don't know, democracy and other things, it's a bit out of scope. Maybe it's for the economists to talk about.
Well, I'll just say, I think AI is an informational tool, and it will be most useful and most enriching for us in every respect if it's useful, reliable, and enabling information for everybody. Not just for somebody sitting at top to manipulate others, but enabling for citizens, for example, enabling for workers of different skills to do their tasks. All of those are aspects of democratization, but we still have a long way to go for that sort of tool to be available in a widespread way and not be manipulable.